Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about solar panels and if they make financial sense. So it sounds like a rather simple topic, however, there's a lot of propaganda out there. So I've searched for several hours at this point because I just can't find any reliable information. What I've done is I've kind of looked around and I've found the averages of the information. So first is, how much does it cost to buy and install solar panels? For this, I've seen anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 for a normal house. But the kind of average price that I've settled in is about $15,000. After the $15,000 for the solar panels, you do get a 26% tax credit as long as you buy it by the end of 2022. Then in 2023 it goes down to 22%, and in 2024 the tax credit goes away. So what this tax credit means is, if you are spending $15,000 on the solar panels, then it will take $4,000 off of the taxes you have to pay. The $15,000 is not the only thing that you have to pay when it comes to a solar panel. I've also seen things talking about needing an inverter to just kind of update your house's power supply, and I've seen those costing around $1,000. And I've seen it highly suggested that you get a solar battery for your house so that you can store the power from the solar panel throughout the day. And these are really expensive. These go anywhere from $4,000 to about $15,000 from what I've seen, but I'm gonna say it is $8,000 as an average. Then we have to look at what is an average electric bill to know if it makes sense to get these solar panels or not. From what I could see, the average electricity bill in the United States is about $150 per month. Now this has a lot of variety to it as well. So like in Hawaii, the average electric bill is almost $350, and then there are several states where it's over $220. But if you go to the Midwest, for example, then the monthly electric bills are under $100 a month. So the higher your electric bill is, the more it would make sense to get solar panels. If you had the average solar panel cost and then you got an average battery, it would have a total cost of about $19,000. And assuming that the solar panels would be able to pay off your electricity bill every month, then it would take 13 years for it to pay off. And if you didn't get the solar battery, then it would take about 7 years for it to pay off. Another thing is, what do you do with the excess power that you have? A lot of states are currently using what is called net metering, and what this means is if you get excess power in a certain hour, then you give it back to the electric company, and then you get a credit for so many kilowatt hours. So then like at night when the solar panels aren't doing anything, then you'll get it back. What they don't do is they don't give you any money for your power. All they do is they essentially borrow it and then they give it back when you need it. Currently, 7 states right now have a different system, and that's using SRECs. What these are solar renewable energy certificates, and they're currently available in New Jersey, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Washington, D.C., which isn't a state, but I guess they included it for some reason. I guess that could kind of tell you where the political beliefs are. Then Delaware and Ohio. An SREC is when you sell the energy to the government, and one SREC is 1,000 kilowatt hours, and the amount you can sell an SREC for is it goes all over the place, even more than the cost of solar panels. For example, in New Jersey, you can sell an SREC for about $230. And in Washington, D.C., you can sell it for $370. But if you wanted to sell an SREC in Ohio, you're getting $5. It makes a lot more sense to have solar panels in states with much higher price SRECs. And from what I can see, an average solar panel brings in about 0.2 kilowatt hours per solar panel, and an average house has 20 to 30 solar panels on it. So if you have 20 solar panels and they bring in 0.2 kilowatts per hour, then it would take 250 hours of that surplus to get to the 1,000 kilowatt hours that you can sell to the government. Another thing that I've seen when talking about solar panels is they say that it will improve your house's value by the cost of the solar panel. But From what I can tell through my research, is this is not true at all. It might increase it a few $1,000s, but it's not going to increase it the $15,000 that you paid for the solar panels. If you're buying solar panels for your house, you have to plan to live there for at least 10 to 15 years. It's going to take 7 years to pay off the solar panels, being generous. And then you have to worry about the money that you lost due to opportunity cost. The money you put into a solar panel you could have been investing. There's also a thing called leasing solar panels, and honestly, this from my research just seems like a scam, so I would always stay away from leasing a solar panel. One thing a lot of people don't think about with solar panels is there does need to be occasional maintenance. So you have to consider a few $100s per year to maintenance to the solar panels, such as cleaning them off, or if one of the panels gets damaged in a storm. And if you need to do any maintenance to your roof and the solar panels are there, then you're going to have to take the solar panels off and then put them back on. So that can be very expensive as well. So overall, it is really hard to find accurate information about solar panels because there's so much biased news out there. But from what I can tell, a solar panel system is going to cost you about $15,000. After the tax credit, if you buy it this year, it will be about $11,000. Then there are other things you need to install that will probably add up to a few more $1,000s. If you want to maximize your use of the solar panels, then you need a solar battery, which is another about $8,000. In general, it's going to cost you $10,000 to $20,000 to set it up, and it will take you probably around 7 to 12 years to pay it off, and it does not really increase the value of your house. So if you're going to get this because you want to make money off of it, you should really plan on staying in your house for 15 years. And when selling it, it does not improve the value. So I hope this helped you guys out. I tried to find as accurate information as I could. If you have any comments for me, any questions, or video ideas, please leave it in the comment section. Please like and subscribe.